Hi everyone, welcome to the Whiteleyverse with me, Connor Whiteley, for another daily story with a chapter from one of my novellas. Before I start today's chapter, please remember to like, comment and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any new content, and the engagement really helps the Whiteleyverse with the YouTube algorithm. Also, if you want to buy this book and any of my other fiction, then they're all available from all major ebook retailers. You can order the paperback and hardback copies from Amazon, your local bookstore and local library if you requested. Also, if you want the AI generated audiobook, then you can get it from selected audiobook platforms and library systems like Kobo, Spotify, Barnes & Noble, Google Play, Baker & Taylor, Biblioteca and Overdrive. Now, here's today's chapter. I hope you enjoyed as much as I did writing it.
Chapter 2. The 29th of September 2023. Dover, England. The thick smell of charred plants, charred mint and burning wood filled the air, making Detective Graham Adams cough as he stepped out of the SUV, with beautiful sexy Betty and Fran next to him. Graham just stared with surprise out at the immense rolling hills, all covered in long lines of grapevines in all stunning shades of blacks, blues and greens. But he was shocked at the blue flashing lights and sirens of the fire brigade, as they fought to put out a fire on the far side of the vineyard. Thick layers of grass under their feet, and all around the stunning winery, a beautiful Italian-styled long house that stretched for tens upon tens of meters, made from solid white stone blocks, and Graham really liked the wooden balcony on the roof. He had no doubt that the balcony provided an absolutely stunning view all around the vineyard. Graham coughed a few more times until a wonderfully warm breeze blew away the harsh smoke, and he was just glad for a rest. Hopefully the vineyard didn't lose too much, but he understood why Betty had wanted to investigate this place. And with him being a floater detective, so he wasn't tied down to any one department in Kent Police, Graham was more than happy to investigate these crimes on behalf of the police. Something bad had to be going on. Graham had always loved a nice glass of wine. He just enjoyed how a simple glass of wine could be different, transformed and breathtaking depending on where it was grown, the unique characteristics and flavors of the land and soil it was grown in, and wine was really so much more than a simple drink from a bottle. Graham couldn't deny it was a shame that he didn't drink wine as much as he used to with the kids around, Betty not drinking, and he never really wanted to drink alone. But there was so much more to life than drinking, so he didn't really mind too much. Yet he was so going to take full advantage of being at a winery, and from what he had overheard earlier, Fran was a big wine drinker, so they could hopefully have some fun together. "Hello," a very short little woman said. Graham smiled at the woman, who was wearing a very fitting blue dress, and her husband, an equally short man in a blue business suit, walked towards them smiling. Graham knew they were trying to be calm and relaxed and friendly despite the chaos of the fires, so he had to respect them a little bit for that. "I'm sorry, but there are no vineyard tours today," the woman said, holding out a leaflet. Betty smiled. "We aren't here for tours. I am Bettie English, Private Eye. This is my boyfriend Detective Graham Adams and my assistant Fran." Graham almost frowned, as the woman looked like she wanted the ground to swallow her up. "I am so sorry, Miss English. As you can see, this has been an absolute nightmare, and things are not getting any easier for us given it's harvest time," the woman said. Graham extended his hand. "What are your names?" The husband frowned a little. "I promise we are not usually so rude. I am Arlo Creed and this is my wife Cora Creed, both born in France, but our parents moved here when we were very young. We reconnected a few years ago, fell in love and made a winery." Graham shook both their hands firmly. "Tell us what's happening, please," Betty said, taking a few steps towards the burning fields in the distance. "This is a nightmare," Cora said. "For the last month we have been facing attacks on our workers, attacks on our vehicles, and even worse, entire fields have been set alight. The only benefit is it makes harvesting easier after Brexit," Arlo said. Graham cocked his head. "What do you mean?" Cora laughed. "No one wants to be fruit pickers. Before Brexit, a harvest took us a week because all the Eastern Europeans and French people would come over. But now that cannot happen. No English person wants to do something as meaningless and petty as fruit picking. The entire harvest will probably take all month. But the grapes will have rotten by the end of October, Graham said. Exactly, Cora said, throwing her arms up in the air. Nothing is going right at the moment, Arlo said. Please, Miss English, can you please investigate this crime and help us? We have a major international exporter coming tomorrow, and we don't want that event to fail. It would secure the business for life. Graham looked at the sexy woman he loved, and he had to admit investigating a vineyard, saving an innocent business, and protecting people's livelihoods did sound like a hell of a lot of fun. Betty smiled. Of course we'll help you. I just need a full list of suspects, and anyone who hated you enough to do these attacks. I need a full list of the attacks and locations, and I need to see the site of the latest fire. My husband can do that for you, Cora said, giving her a weak smile. Thank you, Betty said. Come on then, Graham, Fran, we have a case to solve. And that excited Graham a lot more than he ever wanted to admit.
Welcome back everyone, it's me again, Connor Whiteley. So I really hope that you enjoyed today's story, because I flat out love writing, creating stories and sharing them with you. If you really enjoyed today's story, then please remember to like, comment and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any new content, and the engagement really helps the Whiteleyverse with the YouTube algorithms. And if you want to buy this short story or any of my other fiction, then they're available from all major ebook retailers, and you can get them from your local library if you requested, and you can order the paperback copies from Amazon, your local bookstore or local library if you request it. Lastly, if you want to support the channel on a one-off basis, then you can now buy me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/Connor Whiteley. Also, if you know anyone who would enjoy today's story, then please share it with them. I'm always really grateful when you wonderful people help spread the word about the channel. So, thanks for watching the Whiteleyverse, and I'll see you again soon. Have a great day, everyone.